Tonight, Gotham's relying on one man to save them all. The face of fear isn't in the hands of evil, it's in his hands alone. Because what hero do you know that can strike fear into his entire rose gallery in a single night and win? Because when the day falls in Arkham, the night will rise. In Arkham, Batman isn't just the savior of Gotham, he's its living nightmare. As Batman is capable of tanking gunfire casually, whether it be from handguns, 16 automatic rifles, or shotguns being shot at him at point-blank range. He's able to burst through cars, which takes over 16,000 pounds of force, and he's able to survive falls from building level heights and even be electrocuted by electrocutioner right to the face. Batman has been punched and slammed through thick walls by Bane, which has been calced to small building level, and has even tanked multiple large building level explosions consistently. Overpowered Bane who can lift cop cars and throw them hundreds of feet into the air, while the same Bane, while fighting and barely surviving an encounter with a Titan, states that the only thing more dangerous and destructive than the Titan is the Batman himself. These same Titans casually get stomped out by Batman even though he's heavily outnumbered. He overpowered Killer Croc, who can demolish the halls of Blackgate Prison, even flipping him over his shoulder with a single arm, with Killer Croc himself in later years of Arkham weighing over 1,000 pounds. Killer Croc is even able to effortlessly tank automatic gunfire and still gets its lights put out by Batman's fist. Batman is trained extensively to reach mental and physical perfection, in addition to mastering all forms of martial arts on Earth, which includes fighting styles like boxing, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, Judo, Bojutsu, Taijutsu, Shuriken Jutsu, Intan Jutsu, Kyaku Jutsu, Shinobi Iri, Kali, Taekwondo, Krav Maga, Hapkido, Jeet Kune Do, Wing Chun, Karate, Parkour, and Pro Wrestling. Ra's al Ghul, a demon who's been alive and fighting for hundreds of years and who has superhuman strength, speed, and stamina, is defeated by Batman, who's holding back. Azrael, a super soldier that spent many years of his life studying and learning Batman's fighting styles and tactics, and even stated by Batman himself that he's the closest to taking the cowl, is still one-shotted by Batman. That's pretty crazy, that the most comparable fighter to Batman out of everyone is still getting one-shot by the real deal. He can defeat Lady Shiva, who is stated to have unmatched skill by Batman himself and the Arkham Origins database. He defeated Catwoman, who is stated to have unmatched stealth capabilities, only relying on his other senses to defeat someone who can literally not be detected while blinded. He literally has the ability to predict the attacks of his opponents and instantly adapt to any circumstance. For example, in his boss battle with Mr. Freeze in Arkham City, Freeze would counter all of Batman's tactics and Batman would need to adapt to each one, ultimately leading to his ice-cold defeat. The Arkham Militia, who was trained by the Arkham Knight and Hugo Strange, who know Batman extremely well and know exactly how he operates. The Militia were specifically prepared to counter all of the Dark Knight's tactics, and yet they were still all wiped out by Batman in a single night. Catwoman in the Arkham Knight database was stated to dodge electricity from a military-grade militia drone after it was fired, which moved 70% the speed of light or relativistic plus speeds. And this is consistent, seeing as though Batman can easily dodge automatic gunfire on multiple occasions, grenade launchers, and so much more, and the only people that can tag Batman are the people who scale to his same level of speed, meaning if you get hit by any weapon in the Arkham games, that's just kind of a skill issue. Aside from the fact that Batman negs his entire verse, anything that one can do, he can do better. He's shown to have a training simulator of all of his villains, which is stated by Alfred to have the same strength and speed as the actual villains themselves, and Robin himself proclaims that he's nothing compared to Batman, is easily able to defeat Killer Croc, Bane, and Clayface all at the same time, and Batman steps in to show him how it's done. He can go from defeating Deathstroke in hand-to-hand combat at the dawn to one-shotting him at the twilight. Even Deathstroke proclaims that working with the Arkham Knight and every Batman villain ever, they can still lose, and Batman proved him right. Batman is equipped with an array of gadgets including batarangs, both sonic and remote, flashbangs, smoke bombs, disruptors that can override guns, and more exotic technology, freeze grenades, explosive gels, line launchers, hacking devices, cryptographic sequencers, and even shock gloves that build vultures by storing kinetic energy that Batman obtains by beating criminals' faces in. And probably his best of all, his detective vision that allows him to see his targets through walls and even tell them more information like their heart rate, consciousness, and level of fear that Batman instills in them. Batman's mental fortitude is one of the greatest I've ever seen, as each of the games span over the course of one night, with 12 hours being the maximum time. He's been injected with enough fear toxin to drive 10 men insane. And survives poison that drove him to near death and was still able to defeat hundreds of League of Assassin ninjas, being gripped with insanity as the Clown Prince of Crime tries to take over his mind throughout the entirety of Arkham Knight, and still found a way to defeat all of his villains. Can survive fear toxin with enough strength to nuke and infect an entire city, reliving the death of his friends and family. Buried and resurrected in his own mind, and still found a way to win the night. 8 of the world's deadliest assassins, 9 of the most dangerous criminals in the world, running a gauntlet of his rogues. Arkham Asylum, Blackgate Prison, Arkham City, Gotham City. Every main mission, every side mission, every Riddler challenge, every DLC has fallen to one man in one night, 4 times in a row. But his feats of strength don't stop here. It's been 5 years since the end of Arkham Knight, and Batman is back and better than ever, as he trades secrets with the Justice League, learning new Kryptonian and Green Lantern technology, Amazonian fighting techniques, and flashbacks, as Batman proclaims that he has some of the best technology known to man, which is even comparable to the Green Lantern Corps, with Green Lanterns being able to manifest anything they can imagine. as Batman created a suit for Flash that was able to withstand the Speed Force, and was even able to have a prolonged fight with the Brainiac Amp Green Lantern, who can literally manifest anything he wants no matter how deadly, as Green Lantern was able to create a shield that was able to endure a nuke, meaning Batman's suit can fight with relative enough energy to combat this, as Batman fights against the Suicide Squad who just defeated the Justice League and one-shots all of them, as Boomerang is able to channel the Speed Force through his gauntlets, and Batman was able to disable it, with the Speed Force in this game being described as an interdimensional power source and the battery for the entire universe. And Batman was able to find a way to shut off technology advanced enough to harness universal levels of energy, as the Suicide Squad was able to fight against Superman, who was able to go from Earth to the sun in 4 seconds, making him massively faster than light, as they are boosted by technology that amps their perception, as Batman believes just the base Batfamily can replicate exactly what the Squad did, as even while the Squad has the same equipment they used to deal with Superman, with Yellow Lantern rings and Luthor technology, and while Batman was holding back, Batman would have crushed all of their minds, and even Harley Quinn stated that they got lucky. Overall, Arkham Batman would scale from city to multi-city level with relativistic to massively faster than light speed. Fear isn't exclusive to the darkness, because when it's sharpened by justice, it cuts so much deeper. So ask yourself, when the shadows close in, is it the night you fear, or the one who commands it? So I have one more question. What's wrong? Scared.
Police and emergency services are urging Gotham residents to stay off the roads and in their homes tonight in light of the severe winter storm.
Still manage the island, Bruce. You've been back for almost 2 years now. You can't expect me to believe that Gotham's most eligible bachelor is spending another Christmas alone.
You just ran out of time.
Knowing that tonight we put to rest one of Gotham's most heinous and relentless killers, Julian Gregory Day.
Commissioner Loeb, any comment on the rumor that it wasn't actually the cops who captured Mr. Day?
There is no such thing as a Batman.
Captain Gordon! Captain Gordon! Commissioner Loeb!
No further questions. No further questions.
All units, code 10 at Blackgate Prison. Communication is down. Possible to 11.
Delta 6-4 en route. Dispatch 5-9. Confirm code 10. This is a breakout.
Suspect identified as Black Mask. Repeat, code 10 suspect is Black Mask. Commissioner Loeb is being held captive. Repeat, Commissioner Loeb is 701.